Hey guys, Tyson and Brady with Golf Ascending. Today we've got a sweet video for you, but before we get into it, go ahead and click subscribe and that notification bell for all future content.
So a lot of you, when you're starting to play golf, you're probably searching for the answers to what golf clubs to use for beginners, what golf club brand is best, and what golf brands do the pros use. So we want to help you out and answer this right now. We recently had a colleague who was wanting to get into golf, and he asked us that same question.
Yeah, and so some of the things that he wanted to know were, what clubs do I put in my bag?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, what clubs do I put in my bag? What brands do I use?
Yep.
Do the clubs come with a bag? How do I buy them? Where do I get them from? And so these are the questions that we thought, you know what? We're going to tell you guys because I'm sure that some of you out there are having the same questions.
Yeah, and the first thing we want to help you avoid is to buy a crappy set of golf clubs. A lot of people might just want to find the cheapest one, brand new, go to your local sports store and just buy the cheapest one. But you don't necessarily want to do that. There are a lot of good brands out there, and we're going to list those off and what clubs to get, and you can get them for a lot cheaper too. We like to shop personally on eBay a lot. You could go to Craigslist, you can go to Facebook Marketplace. That's where we'd suggest some of the places to look to buy and buying used, because guess what? After you hit those clubs once, they're already used. And so buying brand new isn't always the best, especially if you're starting out. So let's list off some of the clubs that you should look into buying when you are buying clubs, because there's a lot of them. So we'll just list them off real quick to help you to know what clubs you should search for, whether you're buying them individually or in a bag, so you can see what the list is and what should be on there.
Mm-hmm. So generally when you buy clubs, you'll usually buy them in groups. That's the way that people will list them. So your first group, and we'll start at the top, is a driver.
Yep.
Sometimes paired with a 3-wood.
It's the big one.
Yeah, the big one. Sometimes paired with a 3-wood. You can sometimes, buy these clubs from, secondhand places. But you need to buy a driver for sure. A 3-wood, as I mentioned. And then the next grouping of clubs that you'll most likely find are an iron set. So this will be the little, the bladed club. And that will have numbers from like 4 to 9, and then it'll have like a pitching wedge,
which is usually like a PW.
Mm-hmm. And so there's that. And then the final 2 steps, I guess, you have wedges, and then you've got a putter. You definitely need a putter.
Now let's talk about good quality golf brands that you should look into when you're buying all those clubs we just listed.
All right. So we're going to talk about the top 4. These are the big players in the game right now. So we've got TaylorMade, Ping, Callaway, and Titleist. These are well represented on tour. They've been around, I feel like, since the game has been around.
Yeah.
And because of that, they've created like really good golf clubs, and their technology's gotten very good.
Yep.
So look for these brands. Like I said, they are very good quality brands. Kind of breaking it down a little bit, TaylorMade, they make drivers, fairway woods, irons, and they also make wedges, also putters.
Yep.
So you can get the whole shebang with TaylorMade. Ping, same thing. You can get drivers, fairway woods, irons, and putters.
Yep.
Callaway, same thing. Although their putter is under a different alias, and it's called Odyssey. So remember that. Yeah. Callaway is Odyssey.
And I use the Odyssey personally. I love the Odyssey putters, and they're very well known. So when looking into putters, Odyssey would probably be one of the top ones.
Mm-hmm. And then the last one, Titleist, they also do it all. And then when it comes to putters, they also have putters, but they also have a different alias called Scotty Cameron. As you'll probably know, in researching Titleist, they're a little bit on the higher end of price goes, and their putter is also a premium, but it is something you can trust that we would put our stamp on.
Other good quality brands to look into are Cobra, which they do drivers, fairway woods, and irons. They don't tend to do putters.
Next, we've got Mizuno. They do drivers, fairway woods, irons, and they actually do putters as well that are pretty good.
And next up, Srixon. They're also a brand that's really known for their good quality irons.
Next up, we've got Cleveland. They're known for their wedges, but they also do irons and putters.
And Nike no longer produces golf equipment, but if you could get your hands on some good used Nike golf clubs, they're a good option. I've been using Nike golf clubs for a while, actually.
And then the last one we want to mention here is Adams. Adams actually was recently bought by TaylorMade, and TaylorMade's one of those big players. And so, you know, if a big player is going to buy a company like this, they're a good brand. So I know lots of my buddies, they play Adams and they love them. But they have driver, fairway woods, irons, and yeah. All right, so now that we've told you which brands that we trust and that you should look for when buying your first set of clubs, know this. We don't expect you to know exactly what you want right away. This is your first set of clubs. So, you know, get them, play around with them. Don't fall in love with them, because as you play with them, you'll understand, you know, hey, I want to try something new. I want to try this. And kind of along with that, we recommend that when buying your clubs, make sure that the flex on the shaft is irregular. You know, you may come to know that maybe you want a stiff or an extra stiff, but we would recommend starting with a regular.
Yes, that is great advice. And also, make sure to share this video with any friends that you know are wanting to get into golf. This could be really helpful. Save them a lot of time, save them money, and get some pretty quality clubs.
Yeah. And on the last note, I would say shop around. Look around for the best deals. Don't jump at something right away. Like, you know, do the research, and, you know, hopefully that'll lead you to a first set of clubs that hopefully will last you a long time.
Yep. And there's many stores that'll even let you test out their clubs on a simulator, so try them out.